Hey guys, welcome to my 2019 Game of the Year video. Yep, super on time, like you all expected. Well, enough dilly-dallying, let's jump in.
You ready to do this?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary friends, we finally got another single-player Star Wars game, and it turned out to be pretty good. Gameplay-wise, it's basically the Dark Souls of Star Wars games, or I guess I should say Sekiro of Star Wars games. Combat involves a lot of striking, slashing, and blocking with your lightsaber, breaking opponents' guards, and dodging unblockable attacks. Force powers also introduce varied and interesting ways to deal with enemies, but it takes a while to get some of the good ones. Force powers are also used in kind of cool ways for traversal and puzzles. Story-wise, I think it's pretty good. It's been about 5 years since, well, this.
Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Double kill, triple kill, killing spree.
And our dashing hero, Cal Kestis, is working as a scrapper until a couple of guys who are up to no good start making some trouble in his neighborhood. Cal is then thrust into the galaxy, and by galaxy I mean like 4 planets, with a new group of friends, and though all the core cast members are pretty great, Cal really shined through for me. It's kinda weird how having a Star Wars character struggle a bit not only with using the Force and using a lightsaber, but also have to deal with the mental and emotional turmoil it makes for a compelling character. That's kinda weird, huh?
No, I know I could have helped him if I'd been stronger and braver, if I would have listened to him. I could have helped him. I know it.
Anyway, this game has Mongolian throat singing, so it's automatically the best Star Wars game of all time.
Listen, I don't want to upset your rhythm, Cal, but the boss wants a word.
Alright, so next up we got Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Yes, it may be only number 4 on my list here, but lots of people have given it the critical acclaim it deserves, including the #1 authority on video games, yes, you guessed it, Vin Diesel.
The Game of the Year award goes to Sekiro.
Thanks, Vin. Now, gameplay-wise, don't get me wrong, this game is more difficult than your average game, but everything you're seeing on screen right now is basically everything you have to learn for the game. If you can parry attacks and dodge the little red symbol, then you're basically 90% of the way there. Of course, different enemies and bosses will have different attacks, but if you can basically do those 2 basic things, you've already beaten the game. Don't be afraid of dying over and over again, beating your head against a metaphorical wall in the shape of a boss. You don't have to be one of those, I beat the game without Kurl's Charm and with Bell Demon on New Game Plus 2000 people. Just take your time to learn the mechanics and you'll be good. Now, story-wise, the setup is pretty simple. This guy kidnaps your young master and cuts off your arm. Go get him back. Now, I don't want to say too much more because I can't really explain it and spoilers, but let's just say the game gets kinda crazy the further you go into it. Overall, it's a good game, but a 10 out of 10 with rice, am I right, my fellow 2015 Redditors? Also, it's a hint how to beat the game with the best ending.
Don't die just yet, cowboy. Come on, compadre. Well, can't go back the way we came. Let's try this way.
Red Dead, Red Dead, Red Dead. Where do I start with you? Well, I guess we can start with the story. Now, when I first heard about this game and how it was a prequel to the first one, where we play as a different character, I was like, eh? I thought that this game and its story was completely unnecessary, and while that remains true, the execution of the story itself is so well done that it doesn't really matter. Arthur Morgan, the main protagonist of the game in my opinion, is one of the best written characters in modern gaming, and alongside him the rest of the cast is really well done, newcomers and mainstays alike.
And you've as good as killed him yourself, and don't kid yourself. You had a choice.
You speak as if killing was something I cared about.
You ever wonder about eternity? You should.
I hope it's hot and terrible, Mrs. Downs. Otherwise, I'll feel I've been sold a false bill of goods. Now, please, give me that money.
Now, again, like most of my reviews, I don't want to go into spoilers, but if this game at any point doesn't tug at your heartstrings, I think you may possibly very well be a emotionless alien.
I'm afraid.
Now for the gameplay. You got your shooting, gambling, horse riding, cooking. This game is basically an 1899 life simulator. And this reflects pretty well in the open world, where true to Rockstar fashion, you can basically go anywhere and do anything, encountering enjoyable side stories and random encounters. In missions though, the wide depth of gameplay and things that you can do and the mechanics are constrained by the mission parameters themselves that make you play the game in a very specific way if you do not want to fail the mission. The other detractor of this game that I have is that if you're someone like me who wants to 100% the games that they play, there are so many collectibles and tasks that require grinding that you would basically be thinking that you're trying to level up in an MMORPG. Overall, I'd say this game is a great, amazing experience if you're looking to do the story and a majority of the side content. But if you're trying to 100% this, I would suggest you find a good podcast to listen to and get ready for the long haul.
I'll climb up a ladder with a hammer and a nail, and I'll nail it.
Okay, I know, this game is not for everyone. It's really hit or miss, and you can easily come away not liking the story, gameplay, or both, and end up with a review like this.
1 out of 5. Bad game.
Personally though, I really liked it. The loop is pretty simple, with almost every mission being a delivery of packages from one location to another, and I had a lot of fun determining my route, equipping the right gear, and successfully trekking across the beautiful environments until I reached my destination. You unlock better equipment and vehicles as you progress, but the cool thing is that players can work together to make travel safer and easier. It was really cool building highways or zipline networks to other players, and it really helped hammer home the message of connectivity that this game was trying to give. Story-wise, it's your typical exposition-heavy Kojima story filled with weird and goofy moments. Having played all the Metal Gear games, I'm pretty used to this method of storytelling, and I quite enjoy it.
Prepared to face the consequences of my betrayal.
What are you? What the?
You're a man?
All the actors in this game do an amazing job, and I don't want to go into spoilers even though it wouldn't make sense anyways. Again, this game is definitely not for everyone, but I found that the story's theme of connection is presented in such an earnest and sincere way that I really got into it. This is of course despite the fact that you're walking around with a baby in a tank and throwing pee-pee poo-poo bombs at ghosts. Overall, hey, you're pretty good.
This should be on an episode of Ride with Norman Reedus. Fuck yeah.
I'll be Bastion.
I wanna be Wednesday.
You're Lorenzo Winston.
I wanna be Wednesday.
I guess I'll be MJ.
I wanna be Wednesday.
He is here.
Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. Can't stick around, have to keep moving on. Guess what lies ahead? Only one way to find out.
In the interest of time, I'll just let the director sum it up, or we'll be here for another 30 minutes.
The MC is back!
All these thoughts running through my head. All my fires burning red. Frustration is getting bigger. Bang, bang, bang. Pull my double trigger. Embrace the darkness that's within me. No hiding in the shadows anymore.
Kyrie's inside me?
This guy moaned at least this loud. Oh!